Kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast number, what am I up to, 2108. And now tonight's topic we're talking about, which is part 5 of Becoming Living the Story You're Growing Into series. Tonight's one is called Becoming It Isn't a Solo Journey. And I just have to give, I got to stop for a second. I have to give a huge shout out because just before coming live, I went and checked Facebook. Don't ask me why I did it just before coming live, but I went and checked Facebook and I found out that a very dear friend of mine got engaged. So I am super happy for him and his partner. They're just amazing, amazing guys. And I'm super, super happy for them. So sent them a video and everything else. And I don't even know what I said on the video. I did tell them super fantastic, sparkling congratulations though. So if I'm a little hyper today, yeah, I'm got the sparkle going. The sparkle is fired up because love is in the air. All right, so let's see if I can get back on track here. So let's get back on track. We are talking about, oh my gosh, this is all part of life, part of the adventure. You never know what's going to happen. You know, the unexpected. That was totally unexpected. I'm going to get more details from them later on. I got to find out who asked who. But I am so, so happy for them. Anyway, all right, let's reel it back in. Whew, let's calm down. Not really. Okay, so becoming isn't a solo journey. The path of becoming often feels solitary, but it isn't meant to be walked alone. Growth is shaped by people who challenge us, encourage us, mirror us, and hold space for who we're becoming. Tonight, we honor the companions who help us grow and how to choose them wisely. No one becomes who they are meant to be without a few guides, a few mirrors, and a few kind souls who say, I see who you are becoming and I believe in him or her. Okay, so why we need people in the becoming process? Growth is disorientating. And I will tell you this, there are times I feel like discombobulated. And I got to call one of my mentors, you'll learn about these terms in a minute, expanders, witnesses, and just say, hey, I'm a little discombobulated. Growth is disorientating. We need mirrors to reflect our progress back to us. Now, this could be a person who mirrors us in a way. It could be actually looking physically in the mirror. And there's times where I will catch myself. I'm not one that sits like whenever I was working out in the gym, and Anthony, my personal trainer, would sit me on one of those benchy things and to do like bicep curls and all this other stuff that, you sit in front of on the benches and you're looking and there's the big mirrors, floor to ceiling mirrors right there in front of you. And he would say, just watch in the mirror and see how you do that. And I'm just sort of like, I'm looking everywhere but the mirror. I am not a mirror person. So for me to be able to stand in front of a mirror and look myself eye to eye in the mirror and say the affirmations is a struggle for me. I am not a mirror person. But there's sometimes when I'm in the bathroom and things, like I'll come out, I've got the walk-in closet and you got to go through the bathroom to get to the bedroom. So I come out of the walk-in closet and something will just catch my eye and I turn and go, oh, wow, you look fantastic today. Like I will catch myself off guard and go, wow, you look fantastic today. And then there's the times when you walk past them and go, dang, you look old, girl. So, growth is disorientating. We need mirrors to reflect back our progress to us. And when I get that dang, you look old thing, I've got to turn that around somehow. So I get that turned around. Healthy support keeps us from shrinking when we feel misunderstood. There are times that you will feel misunderstood. Like, they just didn't get, no, that's not what I meant to say. They just didn't get it. And you'll start talking that, I've got to make it right. Call one of your support people. Encouragement is a form of fuel when transformation gets tiring. So think about that. When there are times that one of my love languages, so my 2 top love languages, they're equal. I did an assessment years ago on the 5 love languages, and at number 1, equal at number 1 was words of affirmation and physical touch. And then because that takes up first and second place, the first equal. Third equal was acts of service and quality time. They were 1 point behind the 2 that were at first place. The fifth one, which is the gifts. Was it receiving gifts or something? It's the gift one. It was like 5 points away. It was like down there. Yeah. So words of encouragement, words of affirmation is one of my love languages. And so when I hear those words and somebody talks those words, they are fuel for me. They fill up my love tank, and they just help me. They can pick me up when I'm down. They can top it up because it could already be topped off. It could overflow, but it's just getting those words of encouragement when you're sort of like, oh, how much longer is this going to take? Oh, I've still got all this to do. I've got all that to do. And then somebody comes along with a few words of encouragement. So like, yes, let's go get this done. Type of people who shape our becoming. You got mentors, the ones who guide from experience. You have expanders, people who show us what's possible. When we're doubting ourselves or we need that word of encouragement, they turn around and show us what's possible. You've got the witnesses, those who simply see us without judgment. And you have the disruptors. And these disruptors are not bad people in a way, because they're those who challenge old beliefs or roles. So as we're leaving our old self behind and we're transitioning into this newer person, those disruptors will come along and challenge us on those things. And so they're good. And then they're also got the disruptors who are the negative Nelly people who come up and say, oh, you're not going to do that. Why are you acting that way? You should be acting this way. No. There are those disruptors who turn and say, why are you thinking that way? You're in the process of transitioning. You should be thinking this way. So there's two types of disruptors. So you got to watch out for both of them. Red flags to watch for: people who only love the old you. Yeah. People only love the old you. You gotta show them through love that it's okay that you change and that you keep moving forward. Those who feel threatened by your growth, they'll become a little bit of a bully. They won't do it out. They'll do it very subtly because they don't want to offend you, but at the same time, they don't want you to change. Relationships that drain you more than they nourish you. Those are the people within those relationships who are sort of like, oh, you're always this person. Why are you changing into this person? And they want you to stay being that old person. So keep an eye out for those too. What healthy support looks like: conversations that leave you feeling more like yourself. I love those conversations. There are some people when I get on a Zoom and we're just like, we get on a Zoom for a specific reason and we're just like, and by the time we get off the conversation, it's like, we never talked about what we were supposed to talk about. So we have to set up another time. And then that time we get on and we're sort of like, okay, this time we are focusing on this. Gentle accountability and celebration. I love my accountability coach, and I have other people that I'm accountable for different things. And the fact that, when I accomplish one of my goals, when I say, this is what I'm going to do, and this is when I'm going to do it by, and I get it done by that date, to celebrate that I've made that accomplishment. And I have those people in my team, in my life, in my world that help me with that accountability. And some of them are kind of like a pseudo accountability coach. They're just a friend who is in that role that wants to keep me moving forward. So they're the ones who simply see me without, they're the witnesses and the expanders and the mentors who will just celebrate with me anyway. Being seen is in progress, not just after the transformation is complete, but watching as you go through that transformation and helping where they can. Some of them will give you words of encouragement. Some of them, you've got you had your witnesses, your expanders, your mentors. They're the ones that are with you from your old self all the way through the transition to your new self. Now, you may lose some of them along the way because their time in your life has come to an end. Everybody comes into our lives for a purpose and are there for a certain amount of time. We drop friends off and, we both go in separate directions. We've both transitioned and now we don't have as much in common as we used to have. We may meet up again at some point in time, or we may never see them again. And that's just how things are. You can reach out. I've reached out to some of them from time to time just to say, hi, how are you? What's going on in your world? And we just have a quick catch up session. And then that's it for another 4 or 5 years. And that's okay. That's okay. So here are some reflection questions for you. Who in your life has supported your becoming even when they didn't fully understand it? So who in your, and remember, these questions are in the description below, so you can put them on your non-prompting pages inside the Porch Light sample journal, or if you've purchased the full journal, you've got those pages in there. If you want to get a copy of the full journal, there is a link in the description below that will take you directly to the old journal, or you can download the sample journal after you sign up for the newsletter, because you'll get the free sample, and there's the prompts in the sample are different from the prompts in the full version. So you're getting extra prompts. But anyway, so you can write these in the journal on the unprompted pages if you wish. Who in your life has supported your becoming even when they didn't fully understand it? Who do you need to thank or gently release? What kind of support would feel most nourishing to you right now? Becoming isn't a solo journey, it's a shared unfolding. Find the ones who walk beside you, not because they expect you to stay the same, but because they believe in the version of you that is still rising. I should put my phoenix picture over here. Think of a phoenix. What happens? The phoenix comes out of the ashes as a new person. They go through that transformation. Caterpillars into butterflies. Another situation, another from the old to the new. And I've got this really cool phoenix picture over there that I created with AI art. And I'll make sure I have it on for tomorrow night. I think I need my phoenix, because that's a really cool picture. Phoenix pic for tomorrow. Okay, and with that, we are out of here. So go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening, and we will catch you guys back here tomorrow evening